So you've got Instagram followers, but they're not buying fast enough. I'm going to teach you in this video today how to turn your Instagram followers into buyers a lot faster using something that I've created over the years of trial and error called the Jedi Funnel. So first things first is we need to understand the levels of attention when it comes to Instagram. So there's 3 levels of attention when it comes to Instagram. So there is your rented attention, your owned attention, and your monetized attention. And you've probably heard this phrase before, attention is the new oil. And he or she who holds the most attention can give the most value, and he or she who gives the most value, well then the money just follows, right? So we need to understand these 3 levels. So your rented attention, before I destroy my my whiteboard here, your rented attention, okay? So this is your like Instagram reels, this is your carousels, this is your stories and general posts that you do on a daily basis. And when you put these out to your audience, you are renting their attention. Their eyeballs are on you, but only for around about 60 seconds. And if there's not a reason for them to actually follow you or to watch more of your content, then what's going to happen is they're just going to go back out to the cosmos, they're going to go back out to someone else that's using this Jedi Funnel system, and they're going to turn that rented attention into owned attention. I'm going to explain to you how to do that in a second. But before I do, I want us to talk about something called Google's 7-11-4 rule. And this is where this was all born. So a few years back, I discovered Google's 7-11-4 rule after listening to a podcast. And what Google stated, like being the biggest search engine on the planet, that has done thousands upon thousands of data testing around consumers online that buy from brands online, like on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever it is. For people to build enough trust and enough familiarity with your brand and your business to build enough trust to buy, they need to consume around about 7 hours of your content across 11 different touch points in 4 different locations. And if you're anything like me, you're posting reels daily on Instagram, each reel is only going to be for about 60 seconds. And in order for you to create 7 hours worth of 60-second content, it's going to take 420 reels. And I know that most people don't have 420 reels on their grid at this moment in time. And even if you did have 420 reels on your grid, how confident are you and what is the percentage or likelihood of someone landing on your page, becoming a follower and consuming all 420? So how do we cut this in half? How do we cut this down to 2/3? How do we cut this down even to 3/4 so that you only have to consume 2 hours of your content around about 3 to 4 touch points in only 2 locations? Well, this is by implementing what I call the Jedi Funnel, which is an invisible funnel that takes short form content and transfers those people into consuming your long form content so that they become consistent buyers faster. So next we need to then move from that rented attention to owned attention. And the way that we turn this into owned attention is with YouTube long form, okay? So YouTube long form is so important. Because with YouTube long form, you only need them to consume about 4 to 5 times 20 to 30 minute videos of yours, and they're already halfway to that 7 hours. And if that content is consistent, it's congruent, it builds connection, it gives value, then that's going to build relationships and trust. It's going to build clarity. It's going to build certainty. You wouldn't believe I used to be a teacher, right, with this handwriting, with your audience. Because your audience needs 3 things in order to become a buyer. They need clarity. Clarity around what you do, how you do it, what your offer is, what your unique mechanisms are, and how they can reach out and get it from you. Next, they need certainty. And the way that they create certainty is by consuming your long form content, not your short form. Because if they're only consuming like 5 or 6 reels of yours, that's 5 to 6 minutes. We need a way to bridge that gap, and I'm going to explain to you in the next part how to do this, to bridge that gap so that they can get to know about your systems, about your methods, the way that you solve problems for your customers. And by doing that, they'll get clarity and they'll get certainty. They'll get certainty that you're the right coach for them, or the right product or right education service or whatever it is. They'll get certainty that your methods that you've used and tried and tested is going to work for them. And by then consistently seeing you growing and your customers growing and your customers getting results and solving the problems that you claim you can do, basically doing what you said you would, they build trust. And when you compound clarity, certainty, and trust, that's when you turn that rented attention from owned attention into monetized attention, and they buy your products and services. It really is that simple. So next we're going to move on to how does this funnel actually look? All right, so this is what the system looks like, okay? So you may want to rewind this or watch this a couple of times, but this is what's going to get your Instagram followers to become buyers a lot faster. Remember, we're trying to get them to consume as much content of yours so that they get clarity around you, your methods and your offers, and how you help your clients get certainty that that's the system for them or the product for them that's going to solve their problems. And they're going to build trust by you showcasing what you can do and showing proof and results. So what you're going to do is on a daily basis, you're going to be on your Instagram. On your Instagram, you're going to do your general posts, your stories, your reels, and you're going to do all of these in a two-step fashion. And if you're wondering what a two-step is that you get people to do two things, okay? There's two steps to the process. And you may have seen these before. So with a two-step, you are promising something of value to someone which will solve a problem for them close to them right now for free. So for example, I could put a post out today saying, if you want to turn your followers into buyers faster, then I recommend implementing something what I call the Jedi Funnel. It's a way for you to bridge the gap between long form and short form content. The reason why we need to do that is because people need to consume about 420 reels of yours to build enough trust to have 7 hours of content. You can see where I'm going with this, right? And then I have the full breakdown of this system for free, so you can implement this into your business right now. If you'd like the system to start implementing right now, comment the word, and this will be on an Instagram post or an Instagram reel or carousel. Comment the word Jedi and I'll get it over to you. So step one is they need to comment. When they comment for the free thing because they want it, step two, I reply to their comment and then DM them. When I then DM them, I say, here's the free system. The free system then moves them over to the system. But the system now, instead of it being a lead magnet or a PDF or something like that, which people just don't consume and use anymore. Like, how many email lists are you signed up to right now? How many free downloads do you have in your Google Drive at the moment that you've not even read? And if you've read it, you're not even entertained implementing it. Like, it's dying now in 2025. People want to consume more content. They want to understand more about your methods, your systems, your products, of how they're more unique and how they can solve their problems. So now what you do is you'll send them over to this. Like, literally, while you're watching this video, I have a post probably going out right now or in the next 24 hours explaining why that doesn't work for people and how I can help them with that for free. And they're going to be sent to this video. You can see it's in action right now. They're going to be then sent to your YouTube long form. From there, inside of the description, right, inside of the description, you're going to have an opportunity for them to DM you with a word, a keyword, so it could be Jedi, for example, on Instagram for information about your products or services. So you then get a conversation started back in Instagram in DMs, and in the DMs where the conversation starts, that's where the sales are going to happen. You don't even have to jump on calls with people for this if you have a coaching, education service or whatever it may be. And then you can they've then expressed interest about your products, and because they've seen the method in action, like you can see today, they're going to DM you and ask about it and be almost 80% sold. If not, in the description, you can have an option for them to book a call. So you can have a page for that, like your Calendly, or you can have a VSL, like a video sales letter, that leads to the call booking link. Or you can send them straight to the checkout to buy your services, okay? And you'll see that in the link in my description as well. So if you want to learn how to install this into your business, shameless plug, you've got that there. Or if you have one, and you don't have to do this, this is optional or a bonus, they can jump onto your email list, okay? So that if they jump onto your email list, what you're going to do with your emails on a daily basis is you're going to email them daily. And like, one thing I recommend to get people onto an email list, and this is probably a side video that I can do later and I can go into more depth for this, is to give away an email course rather than a product, like a PDF or a download, because people just aren't going to consume it. Like if I said to you right now, let me coach you on how to grow your followers and turn them into clients quicker for free over the next 30 days. Get 30 emails over 30 days. You're probably more inclined to get those emails rather than saying, get my cheat sheet, right? And that means every day for the next 30 days, an autoresponder can go out to you. And then after that, I can then send daily email. And if you're sending daily email, and at the bottom of every email, you have something called a super signature. All right, I didn't come up with this. My old business coach, Mr. Paul Malt, if you're watching, mate, taught me this, which means that at the end of every single email you send, you have a soft call to action, which is PS. This is the super signature. PS, whenever you're ready, here's 1, 2, 3, however many ways you can, right? So here's 3 ways that I can help you. Number 1, buy this product. Number 2, take this next step, or reply to this email to get more information. Or number 3, book a call with the team, and there'll be the links there so that you can every day do this. My daughter is literally banging on the window. I've got a 1-year-old, she's so cute. Oh, it's the best distraction. I love you, baby. Anyway, as I was saying, and then what you can then do is then in every email that you send, depending on how many YouTube videos you're going to do per week, I recommend 2 to 3 YouTube long form per week. Then on a Monday, Wednesday and Friday, for example, you can have the email subject similar to what I have right now, how to turn your Instagram followers into buyers faster. And then you can have the first paragraph of text, and then the rest of it, head over to this link to watch the full training. Boom. They go back into the ecosystem, because it's all about the Google 7-11-4 rule. This means that if we can get this implemented, that means we can get people, we only need people to consume 2 to 3 hours of your content rather than 7. And only have 4 to 5 touch points, like through email, messages, whatever it is, comments inside of YouTube. And you only need 2 locations, Instagram and YouTube, to turn your Instagram followers into buyers a lot faster. So if you can see how this works, guys, all right? Because what's going to happen is that over the upcoming time and the period that you're on YouTube for, what you're going to do is you're going to get into the habit of creating 2 to 3 videos per week. And these 3 videos that you put out every single week are going to solve a particular problem for your audience. And all of the problems that you solve are going to be already in your product and service. So for example, if you're a fitness coach, if the main thing that you help men with or women with, you help them with fat loss, confidence, muscle gain, whatever it is, think about what's in your product already. In your product already, not just like the exercise, the nutrition and the accountability group, but how are you solving problems for these people? Like, are you helping them with a morning routine? You're helping them deal with obstacles and challenges. You're helping them, not booze as much. You're helping them with confidence. You're helping them end self-sabotage. Because people are not just paying you for the products and services, they're paying for a transformation. And if you're in the coaching game, the education game, the consulting game, whatever it may be, even if you have a product or service, there's going to be things that you do differently to people, and you have unique methods that help transform people's lives. Like, I help people implement this system plus other systems that we do, but I also upgrade them to become the 2.0 version of themselves, which is giving them the identity and the internal operating system so that they can have the identity of the version of themselves that's doing it already. That they have the skill, the focus, the self-beliefs, the character traits. So what you'll see inside of my YouTube channel, if you want to subscribe, hit that button, is you'll see other videos not just about systems, but also about how to change your identity. Because it's not about chasing business, it's about chasing the version of you that can have it. It's not about chasing the body, it's chasing the version of you that can have it. It's not about chasing the relationship and the mindset. You get where I'm going with this, right? So all you're going to be doing is creating videos that solve their problems. So that every single week you can put 2-step posts out and frame it in different ways. Every single week you can put the YouTube videos there that are going to help convert people and help build that know, like and trust, clarity and certainty. And the more they consume, they become obsessed with you. But make sure that your content is consistent and it's congruent. It needs to be on point. So if you help people with mental health issues and then all of a sudden you put a video around business and marketing, they're going to switch off. It all needs to be on point. Like on this channel here, it's just all about business, growing a business, converting followers into clients, and how to upgrade your identity to do so. It's all under one umbrella, which is how to build a business for freedom. And then if you're consistent with it, you will gain a subscriber. Once you gain a sub, boom, they're now in your world. You now own their attention. And then over time, you will monetize it. So I really do hope this video has been useful for you. I really do hope that you start implementing it. If there's anything else that you need further explanation about, you have any questions, comment below on what your biggest takeaway was, and I'll see you in the next one.